Hello everyone, this is Om from Huddle01. So before starting of this workshop, just want to go in a depth about what is Huddle01 and what this people-powered communication means. So yeah, a little bit about me. I'm one of the founding engineers at Huddle01, and yeah, I started off working at Huddle01 when I was in second year of my college, and since then we have scaled the system from like we started off as a hackathon project, and just like ETHIndia, we were part of HackFS, and then we gradually matured and become a company, and here we are, giving talk on the same hackathon. So yeah, that is a little bit about me, and you can follow me on Twitter. So a little bit about Huddle01 is Huddle01 is building the world's first deepin for RTC, and there's a reason why deepin for RTC is colored like this. So I can dissect these two words, deepin and RTC. So what is deepin is so in a full form, deepin means decentralized private infrastructure, right? Something like that. So it's complicated for a reason in Web3. So what's public infrastructure, or what's infrastructure in sense? So when you talk, or when you do anything on the internet, everything goes, or everything is routed to a public infrastructure, and that infrastructure is mostly cloud, right? Everything is through cloud. And then Deepin says, hey, we will decentralize this private infrastructure. And why do we do it? That will I explain you in a later sense. But Huddle01 is really building a real estate to do all kinds of real-time communication. When I say real-time communication, it's basically talking to you, talking to one another. Uh, so before deep diving into this network, I just want to go on why we build deep in infrastructure. So this is one of the examples of egress cost. So what is egress? Egress is basically meaning the data cost, which every cloud provider, every server, every person who basically manages these public infrastructure charges you to basically take the data in and send the data out. So that is basically your egress. So in this so there was a tussle with AWS and other companies like Cloudflare, which were up and coming, and they did some research, and that they found that the cost which AWS buys data for, which is also very might be surprising for you, is this amount, which is 0.08, and then they sell it for like $6, which is about a markup of 7,000%. Now it might be possible that, hey, AWS sets up all this private infrastructure, they have to buy all these lands and stuff, but still in the 21st century you have to pay 7,000 markup just to talk to one another, is pretty absurd. And that is why Huddle01 is at business to basically build a deep in for RTC. How can we be better and be cheaper? And why we do this is because one of like our CTO always says that uh, communication is the building block for literally everything. Like globalization changed the whole world, and it was communication between human and human, and that is what drove the world closer. And so basically, impact of human to human communication is now converting to a impact of human to AI communication, and that is where this workshop is all about. How can you build AI agents with RTC? So before going into a little bit depth, I want to show you what is an AI agent, because that's the whole workshop about, how to build an AI agent. So when you talk about AI agent, you must be finding on the internet that AI agent is someone you talk to, but AI agent can be something much more than that, not just about conversation but about action. And I think that is where this AI agent thing will pan out, where let's say you order something from Zomato knows what kind of things you like, what is the weather, and how to do the payment. That's the, if you know about Stripe recently actually released an agent API, which is totally phenomenal. So the world is moving towards that kind of agent which does action for you, and that the action that it does is basically on your command, that what you speak and what you say is basically a communication, right? So agent to agent communication is not necessarily speech, it can also be a data transfer, and that is what real time communication is all about. That, hey, a agent is talking in real time with another agent. It's not necessarily speech, it can be literally anything. So this is what this image shows, that there's an agent in in the center, and then it has all this memory, it has all these tools, it has all this social ability, it has, let's say, persona, which it can, take on and do some task, and that is what an AI agent is all about. So how do we build these communication between agents, and how do we build in a sense where we are not getting charged so much, and we are also getting all the things about that Huddle01 has built over the years, and that is the DRTC network, which I want to just go over a little. So DRTC network is nothing but a real estate which you basically get when you want to do any real-time communication. When I say real estate, I don't mean land, I mean real estate in your laptop, in real estate in your phone, real estate on literally any place which can or which is able to send all those packets or all those RTC things. That is what DRTC is all about, and that is this flywheel is showing that what Huddle01 has done, or what I have done and my team has done for 4 years, is building this network which is essentially a real estate for all these communication needs. I will not go in much detail. There's a white paper which you can read, which I will show, like if I have the, no, I don't have, but I will share the QR which you can actually read about, and it's also on our website, which goes much in detail about how the DRTC network works. But about the workshop, uh, it's about AI agents. So I just want to go in a little bit depth about how these agents work. So in a very higher level system design, this is the how the agents will work and how these agents will utilize the DRTC network. So DRTC network is a real estate, as I said, which enables real-time communication. Any user can basically communicate with other user using DRTC network, and in that session an agent can be a part of the same conversation. It can listen, it can do tasks, any client can basically call and say to an agent, or the agent API, as I said, Stripe has one, and soon or later every company will have those kinds of APIs, can basically do some action, and that agent will always be connected to a large language model. I don't need to go into depth about what large language model is, everyone knows about it. uh, so yeah, this is going to be the system design, and this is what you will also be thinking when building any hackathon project using our SDKs. And when I say LLM, it's basically it's but obvious that anything AI will be done on Python. So previously we didn't have our Python SDK. We are in ETHIndia we are releasing our Python SDK, and we were actually fortunate enough to actually get this name AI01, which is actually a very very cool name. And I'm pretty surprised that no one actually thought of it. And yeah, so yeah, pretty much I'm pretty excited to announce this in ETHIndia. And there's a demo which I also want to show. Uh, so a lot of people talk about AI agents, but not a lot of people show them working on your systems or live. So I actually want you to show that to you, that hey, these things work. It can talk to you. I just hope that you can hear its voice. By the way, you can also join this link. This is internal Huddle01 link where you can join and do the meetings, but don't overuse it. Did I miss a word? Yeah, sorry. 2 laptops. So yeah, this is your natural meeting which you join, and it will be pretty cool if I could have shown you the terminal on my laptop, but I can't. But it can talk, so that's what we want. Just give me a minute to wake it up. Uh, 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 uh. I just hope nothing breaks. And as always, something broke. So I think the internet is not fine over here. Anyways, you can actually go and check it out in our repo, which is so it's the first time Huddle01 is open sourcing its SDKs. So with the Python SDKs, we envision that we will be accepting contributions. We want to make a community around the AI wave that we are happening, and I can show you the SDK. Yeah. So this is the SDK, and this is pretty much which we will be using to hack around in our ETHIndia track, and to basically see what I wanted to show you, which is not working. You can use this example chatbot, and when you clone this, you can go to this page, and you can basically talk to this AI agent, and it's pretty cool. I seriously want you guys to basically see this example before you start hacking in ETHIndia. And about ETHIndia, we have a $5,000 bounty, and you can scan this track, and you can know all about the different tracks that we have. As I see a lot of people seeing this, so I just go and explain a little bit about it. So we are dividing the bounty into three parts, which is the AI, the Unity, and the JS. So the AI will have $25,000 bounty, so that is about 50% of the bounty, and 2,500 yeah, $2,500 bounty, which is about half the 50% of the total bounty. And I wanted to do something different with this hackathon, so I just restricted the AI projects to just these 5 tracks. I don't want any other track. I just want these 5 tracks in AI, and these 5 tracks can be covered in just one day. You can basically code it in let's say 7th December, and they are pretty holistic. They cover a lot of things like live trading, live instrument tuner, and also open source, because I see a lot of people in ETHIndia are open source lovers. If you like to basically contribute into our basically agent, you can clone the repo, go on Gemini, Claude, Grok, Anthropic, and all these LLM providers, and you can make providers of it with compliant to our agent API. And I actually am very excited about this one, if someone can pull this off. And the rest 4 are pretty easy. You can go through it. And then we have the Unity and the JS SDKs. I've kept these 2 tracks pretty lenient, and the JS SDK will have these proximity games and open innovation and procedural video visualization and Fall Guy clone. So this is basically the ideas. So Unity and JS is pretty open, but AI I want these only 5 tracks. So that's the ETHIndia hackathon. So yeah, our team will be around if you have any doubts. We will be more than happy to accommodate them. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my presentation. Any questions? Yeah, thank you.